Hello again, this is Katie and you're watching the OCD Illustrated channel. In this video, I'm going to outline some of the basic steps of exposure and response prevention. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details now, so if things seem vague, that's okay. We'll get more specifics in future videos. Okay, time for a quick review. What is exposure and response prevention? As I discussed in my last video, exposure and response prevention is a specific form of cognitive behavioral therapy in which a person gradually faces their fears without doing compulsions or rituals, and the purpose of this is to habituate or get used to situations that cause discomfort. Okay, now to the fun stuff. Let's talk about the steps that are part of exposure and response prevention. First, a person with OCD creates a subjective units of distress scale, which they will use to create hierarchies and to track anxiety or distress while doing exposures. Then, using the subjective units of distress scale and a whole lot of creativity, the person creates a hierarchy, which is a list of feared activities that are organized from least distressing to most distressing. Next, it's time to climb the hierarchy by doing the items on the list in order from least distressing to most distressing. I've got a few quick details about climbing your hierarchy. The first part of climbing your hierarchy is to do exposures. That is, to do some of the tasks on the list. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little better. When you do exposures, it's important to do them without compulsions, avoidance, or reassurance, because these all decrease the efficacy of the treatment. After each exposure trial, the person doing exposure and response prevention tracks their distress levels. And then after repetition of an exposure task, when the person habituates and gets used to it, and the task becomes easy, the person moves on to a more difficult task on the hierarchy. So, to sum up, the basic steps in exposure and response prevention are to create a subscale, create a hierarchy, and then climb that hierarchy. I'll have more videos about each of those steps in great detail in later videos in this series. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to take a look at some of my other videos and let me know what you think in the comment section.